Yeah, somebody came back, same person came back to ask me another question. Yeah, so yeah. Okay, so the violinist knows Will and Jada. He knows for sure Will and Jada were involved. Um, um, okay, but what tangible evidence does the violinist have that Will and Jada were in his hotel room or, directly involved in breaking into his hotel room? Got this Five of Cups reverse. Two of Coins, Judgment. There was a conversation. There was a conversation that led up to this. Um, the violinist was this towards, did this happen towards the beginning or the end of the tour of Will's tour? Because from what I'm seeing, the violinist was ready to just move on. He was ready to get this whole project over with. Like after a certain point, he knew he fell in too deep with the Smiths. He was just more so just trying to ride it out to the end to kind of, um, and he was underpaid, y'all. This violinist was underpaid. He was underpaid. Right. These two cards are telling me that the violinist was ready to be over the whole tour, the whole situation. He was ready to go back to living his normal life without involving himself with the Smiths at all. But he had to, like continue to work that gig for a certain amount of time, for the sake of budgeting his money or getting his money together. So he needed the income. And he actually told them that. He told the both of them. When you tell Will something, you're basically telling Jada the same thing. Because Jada keeps tabs on Will at all times. So there is no information that could get past Jada. So yeah, so they already knew he didn't want to involve himself with him because he said it. And so, they put two and two together, and understood why. And so tangible evidence, it would be text messages. They had a text message conversation, text messages, phone calls. They had conversations about this issue prior to the break-in, okay? Let's clarify on the Empress. Let's see, Ace of Wands reverse, Two of Cups upright, Four of Swords upright. Believe it or not, I'm hearing Jada is the monster Will created. That's what I'm hearing word for word. Jada is the monster Will created. This Ace of Wands reverse is showing me that Will didn't even want to do this. He didn't. he did do this because he felt powerless. He felt powerless, and he genuinely does love Jada. I don't care what anybody says. Will Smith loves Jada. They do love each other in their own way. But but Jada wanted peace of mind with this Four of Swords. She wanted peace of mind. She wanted peace of mind. So again, this is reiterating that Jada encouraged this. Now, with the Ace of Swords reversed, it was an unsuccessful attempt. This was an unsuccessful attempt. And I don't think that he signed an NDA, okay? I'm not even so focused on the NDA. I can say if he did sign an NDA, he's gonna break it, okay? And now if he didn't sign an NDA, then yeah, that makes the Smiths plot on him even more unsuccessful. You know, I just don't want to clarify on whether or not he signed an NDA because that's really not even important. I mean, it is important, but not now. You know, it's not really as relevant now. But yeah, the Ace of Swords reverse is saying that this was an unsuccessful attempt to silence this man. Ace of Swords reverse. Let's get some more details on why this attempt was unsuccessful. I mean, yeah, what made this attempt unsuccessful? Okay. Well, the Star reverse. Let me get two more. Nine of Swords reverse. The Hangman reverse. So the violinist, he's not, I don't even know his name. I wrote it down somewhere, but I don't even know his name off the top of my head. Joseph, that's his name. This violinist, he doesn't have a whole lot of, he's not as well known, you know, as let's say Will Smith or, you know, any other big A-list name in the music, in Hollywood, almost that music industry. He's not really that big. So like the Smiths, they couldn't come out and like pay some outlet to spread a rumor about him to kind of demolish his reputation. They couldn't do that because nobody even really knows who this person is. You know what I'm saying? Like they couldn't start a smear campaign. I've been seeing that word a lot in the article too. Further down in the article that I read to you all during the beginning of this reading, they couldn't really throw a smear campaign, right? Because nobody even knew who he was or who he is. So that's one reason why I was unsuccessful, or why they were unsuccessful in silencing him. Also, the violinist, he's almost like a common person. Like he's not even, who is this guy? Like, and Will knew that. Like they both knew like this violinist isn't big. He's not really that big in the industry, so they can't just throw the smear campaign and you know, like demolish his character that way. And you know, there's nothing that they can do to like really, there wasn't anything that they can do to kind of get around that. So, you know, wow. Oh, wow. And also, Jada is not seen as, you know, in the best light, you know, at this time. She's not even being seen in the best light. So, and because of that, there isn't a whole lot of people that are going to back her and her agenda besides Will. Which makes it harder for her to carry out with her agendas. Jada is the type to, she's very much so, she is a good mother with this Empress card here. You know, she is a good mother, but she's also very much so like a Queen of Wands, you know. She will send people after her target, you know. She will. You know, she will. She will. But like I said, in this case, there's just not that many people who are willing to back her, you know. She doesn't have a whole lot of goons that are willing to back her, besides her husband. So, okay. But yeah, so he came to the hotel, right? Left this evidence, okay? And then as soon as the violinist saw that, he checked out of that hotel room right away. And let's clarify on this Ace of Cups. Hermit reverse. Oh, wow. This reading is, wow. Okay, that Hermit reverse came out. That Hermit reverse came out. King of Wands reverse, huh? Devil reverse. Oh, what? That wasn't the Devil reverse. That was 3 Coins reverse. Okay, yeah, that was the final straw for the violinist. That's what I'm saying. I'm seeing that. This is so much. Sorry. I know this is a lot to take in. Okay. He pretended like he had nothing to do with this. When the violinist, I do see, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. He pretended like he had nothing to do with this, okay? When the violinist came and like responded to him and addressed the situation, like whether it was by text message or phone, Will acted like he knew nothing, He had no idea what he was talking about. And the violinist was just kind of like King of Wands reverse. Like it did shake him. It did shake him. To the point where he didn't even care about the tour anymore. He didn't care about moving forward with the tour. He didn't care about in that moment, it wasn't about his creative passion. You know, it wasn't about the music anymore. It wasn't about the tour anymore. It was about him no longer wanting to be a part of this weird connection between Will and Jada and the industry. He left immediately, and I believe he may have resigned that same day. You know, he was just done. He was done. That was the last straw for him. The last straw. No more, you know. And also, this violinist, I'm clarifying the 7 of Cups reverse. My hands are getting cold. I'm outside, so like hands are getting stiff. Okay, 7 of Cups reverse. The World. Okay. Wheel of Fortune reverse. Full reverse. Let me kind of clean these up over here so we can have more space for the cards that are coming out. This kind of looks a little confusing. Maybe to you guys it may look a little confusing. Okay, the World. Okay, World, Wheel of Fortune reverse, full reverse. For one, okay, this violinist, fortunately for this violinist, is this violinist prone to substance abuse? Let's see. Is this violinist prone to substance abuse? Not really substance abuse. There's a reason why I'm asking this. He's not prone. I'm not seeing that this violinist is like prone to substance abuse, and this all ties together. Okay, there's the reason why I asked that, right? If this violinist was prone to substance abuse, if he dibbled and dabbled, you know, it would have made him an easier target for Will, right? Because that way, you know, will be able to just come in and do whatever it is. Ooh, this is getting dark, you guys. I'm getting too many visions. I'm sorry. I know I keep like interrupting, but it's like I'm literally, and you know, due to YouTube having so many strict guidelines, I can't even like really say all that I'm seeing, or you know, I can't, you know, I just can't. I'm not allowed to. But the Smiths, they have this history of like introducing people to drugs, people that they're close to, people that they're interested in. They introduce them to drugs, and they do this for a reason. They do this so that they can, let's say, experiment on said person. So they can experiment on said person. So they can put these people, specifically men, in similar situations that Diddy put his victims in. Yep, you heard right. You heard right. And it's not even, and see, it's so interesting because, you know, everyone wants to talk about Diddy. Diddy did this, Diddy did that. What he did was wrong. He did a lot of things that were wrong. And also, there's no but, you know, it's just, it is what it is. He did a lot of things that were wrong. But, and also a lot of other people in the industry do these things as well, you know. Diddy may have taken it further than a lot of people in the industry have, but a lot of people have done this. There's been a lot of people in the industry, your favorite celebrities, who have drugged a person, and ooh, I'm not allowed to say that on YouTube, dang. Who have you know what I'm saying, and have filmed their victims. You know, it's some type of Hollywood right, I'm hearing rite of passage. So, but anyway, yeah, the violinist, he wasn't on substances, so that really saved him. But also, you know, the violinist, he poor guy, because he wanted to come in the industry clean. He wanted to come in the industry clean, like the way a lot of Motown artists came into the industry, where they just, you know, they want to come in good health, in good shape, with a good setup, good mindset, and just, you know, share their gift with the world, right? Hence why he didn't, you know, partake in substance abuse, but he also was around a lot of negativity and around a lot of recklessness. So even though he wasn't, you know, undergoing any drugs, he definitely was around people that were. So it didn't really make a difference. You know, he was suffering the consequence of drug use one way or another. But yeah, the Smiths are they're gonna try to come after his like the little, he's already losing a sense of financial security, and the Smiths know that, and they're trying to, they definitely are trying to throw a smear campaign to prevent him from finding more work in the industry. That is true. That is true. Yeah, that's terrible. Okay, I can't wait to be done with this reading, y'all, because this energy is just a lot. It really is a lot, especially as an empath, as an intuitive. It's a lot to take in and decipher, and yeah, let's keep going. Okay, will they be successful? Will they be successful with stopping this violinist back? Will they be successful? Will the Smiths be successful? That Queen of Coins came reversed. That Queen of Coins reverse came out. Oh, did y'all see that? I'm gonna put that right back out because that's Jada. will the Smiths be successful in, you know, preventing this violinist from finding more work? Why did 3 women just come out? Why did 3 different women just come out? Why did 3 different women just come out? See now, Five of Cups reverse. Moving on. That refers to when he wanted to stop working for the Smiths. 10 of so he's ooh, okay, I see what's gonna happen. I see what's gonna happen. Okay, we're not even gonna. Okay, this is how we're gonna do this. When he decided he wanted to cut ties with the Smiths, right? When he decided he wanted to move on and be done with the tour, cut his losses, all of that stuff. The Smiths, both of them is very. Can I say the word narcissistic? Yeah, it's very narcissistic of them, because they played the victim. What are you talking about? Why do you, we don't know who did this. We don't know what you're talking about. Blah, 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 blah. We don't know who broke into your hotel room, you know. Oh, you know, we're just trying to make money. We're just trying to, you know, like, they're not, okay, this is what they're gonna do. This is what the Smiths are gonna do. They like to play with their food. They like to play with their prey before they eat, before they feast. So they're gonna start off by acting like they had nothing to do with this. They don't know what this man is talking about, right? They're gonna start off with that. But then Jada is going to involve other people. 2 other people. It's going to be her and 2 other women that she's going to involve in this matter. I don't know what words I can say or what I can't say. To harass this individual. So, okay, so they're going to start off by, you know, playing the victim, involving multiple people, you know, to harass this individual, and then what? Will they try to stop his bag? Will they be successful in stopping his bag? Will they be successful in he kind of stopped his, okay, this is what Spirit is telling me. Yeah, they will. Well, I mean, he already kind of stopped his own bag, is what Spirit is like literally showing me, because he exposed the information. Okay, this type of problem is very common in the industry, you know. But the key is that the people who are victims, who want to remain in the industry, they don't go telling anybody what happened to them. They don't. They keep it a secret so that they can stay in the industry and they can keep playing the game. He already exposed the information, so that alone, you know, that alone stopped his bag. There's nothing that they have to necessarily do to stop his bag. They kind of already pushed him to stop his own bag. They will harass him. Yeah, like there's nothing that they need to do to him. You know, at this point, they're just more so gonna haze him because he already did enough damage. You know, they don't need. There's nothing else that they need to do to him. And because he's really not down with Hollywood. He's not down with the industry. He's not. Imagine, this is what Spirit is showing me. Imagine let's say like a church drummer. Saying that he wants to get into the music business and show business in 2026, right? 2025, 2026. it would be naive of said person to think that they would be able to be in the industry without getting their hands dirty. And that's what this man believed. And so because he's not willing to play the game, he already showed by, you know, carrying on with that lawsuit that he's not willing to play the game. He's not going to be in it. He's not really going to be able to climb the ladder in the industry. People aren't going to want to work with him because he told their business. Okay. I want to come out of this industry, right? I want to come out of this energy, so I'm going to hurry up, get through this reading. Let's see this King of Cups. Let's clarify on this King of Cups. That was too many cards. Probably should have just left those 2 cards out, actually. Five of Wands, Emperor reverse. This incident regarding the violinist has, okay, Will and Jada, we're gonna do a reading on them too after this one. They are pissed. They are pissed. They are pissed. They are pissed, and they're sticking beside one another. They are sticking beside one another, but they are pissed. There's definitely more to come. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Let's clarify this 4 of Wands reverse. This violinist had a really bad experience working with them, like a really horrible experience. The violinist needs to go on Tasha K and tell his story. The violinist should, you know, team up with Bilal and you know, help some of this information get out, because he had a very traumatic experience. Let's click on 4 of Wands first. Okay, even when look at the way all those cards came out. Even when the violinist was on tour, he was overworked. They pushed him. And he was underpaid for his work. And also, he was around Will and Jada a lot. Like, and he was, they wanted to turn the violinist into their next like August Alsina. Like, he did. They both did, you know, because the way they used him as a mule. It wasn't even about the music. They used him as a mule. It wasn't even about the project. They used him as a mule. You know what? And we're gonna get into the claims of actual harassment, because this is literally saying that with the 10 of Wands being the violinist who's overburdened, there's not a Swords reverse being Will, who is like constantly like on edge, constantly like short-tempered. Is Will on the white powder? Because I'm literally seeing Will like over the top, anxious, exuberant, always on 1,000, like very just boom boom boom, bam 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 bam. Okay, but everything Will did was to satisfy Jada, who isn't a nice person, you know, with her coming up as a Temperance reverse. That's where actual harassment came into play, because I Will wanted to use the violinist as, you know, Jada's neck, or as him and Jada's boy toy. Yeah. So now, why is that? Like, why? Just why? Why did he even have that desire? Why did the two of them have the desire to use the violinist in this way? They look down on him. That's messed up. That is so cold-blooded. That's messed up. They look down on him like, oh, like, shit, you don't, like, they look down on him. 9 of Coins reverse, like, 9 of Coins reverse, 3 of Swords upright, 3 cups. They look down on the violinist, and here's what I will say. the industry respects those who come up on their own, as opposed to those who, as opposed to like clout chasers. Okay, so for example, this is just the first example that can come to my mind, right? All these women that, like these Instagram models that want to get, well, it's very fickle. See that all of that is very fickle, because okay, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna tell you all like what I'm saying. Okay, the industry respects those who come up on their own, you know, who in a sense come up on their own. A lot of A-listers in the industry respect those who come up on their own, you know, even if that person does wicked deeds, you know, to climb the ladder. They respect that more than the common Joe Smo who tries to get pregnant by your favorite rapper to come up, or the person who, or one of the common folk like you and I who may work a 9 to 5, or we may have our own business, but we're not on the level of the you know, upper echelon, who have millions and millions and millions of dollars in their bank, right? They didn't respect him to begin with, right? So they sought to they saw him as an easy target, as easy target and easy prey for their own enjoyment, for their own parties, for their own social gatherings, for their own, you know, XYZ. You know, so that's why it was very traumatic for him. This is so sad. It's very traumatic for the violinist. Let's better find this Page of Cups. I mean, the violinist tried to be cordial for the sake of getting his money, right? And for the sake of having, you guys can't see that. Hold on. Can't see that. Let me move my tripod a little bit. Okay, yeah, so the violinist, he wanted to make things work out between like initially in the beginning, like he wanted to be cordial with both Will and Jada. He wanted to, you know, get his money together and have new opportunities present themselves to him. Oh, it's too many. Well, actually, no, I'm gonna leave that out. Okay, 4 of Cups, Justice. But again, he was being brought tea that he did not want to know about. They were just coming to him, bringing him information that he had to, and doing things to him that required him to take legal action. This matter will get addressed. It will definitely get addressed. It will. It just went too far. And it's so sad because it's not even the violinist's fault. It's really not. It's not even his fault. This is not a money grab. This is not, you know, the violinist being mad because he was fired, right? I mean, they say he was fired, but really he was gonna quit anyway. But after a certain point, he was gonna quit because it was just too much for him. But yeah, he genuinely tried, is what Spirit is revealing. You know, do not come after y'all. Do not come after this. I don't believe anyone wants to come after this violinist, to be honest. But if there was any speculation on whether or not he was, telling the truth, guys, he is. He really is. You know, and it's not even about the, you know, money grab or whatever. Let's clarify on the Magician. The Magician, the Chariot. I already know what this is about, and it's very sad. That was way too much. Y'all saw what happened to this? What other card just came out? The Magician. That was the 9 of Cups that came out. I accidentally put that back in the deck when I was shuffling. 9 of Cups. What was it? 9 of Cups, Chariot. 5 of Swords. Will is already doing, like, there's the Smiths are consulting as spiritualists, or they're dabbling in like they're consulting a spiritualist slash dabbling into mysticism as a means of kind of like silencing the violinist, especially Will, because it's interesting that the article read, let me see, I gotta read this part over to you guys, because it all ties together. Look, a violinist accused Will Smith of retaliation, right? That was the beginning of this NBC News article. Yeah, here's Five of Swords. There's a retaliation right there. There's Will Smith being vengeful right there. You know? Using sorcery as a means to get what he wants out of this legal situation so that he can, again, the Chariot, stay on top. I'm Will Smith. I'm Will Smith. His ego. Will has a very inflated ego. Okay, let's clarify this. Two of Swords, blocked emotion. That was King of Swords and Ace of Coins that fell out over there. Let me redo it though. I'm gonna kind of redo it. Stay in this. Like the portal is closing. Let me hurry up. Two of Swords. My hands are getting numb. Okay. Six of Coins. Okay. That's actually Will's energy. Well, fortunately for the violinist, he's just so numb, right? Okay. Fortunately, unfortunately, the violinist, he's very numb. He's emotionally, he's shutting down right now. He is going to find more work, okay? But it may not be in the industry, you know, but he is gonna find more work. Okay, good. That's good news for him. All right. I'm debating on whether or not I should go like do a reading on how this legal case is gonna go. I'm just gonna close it out for now. We'll probably revisit this topic later on. But this concludes the reading on Will Smith and the Violinist. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more. Remember, these readings are alleged for entertainment purposes only. I don't know anyone directly involved in this matter. No bias. I'm just reading, okay? Bye.